The movie begins, and we're shown a boy called Jason, one who is very fond of music, and that he's shooting a music video, used to put on social media. Then we're shown a girl who is wearing a nun's clothes. Jason then goes to school with his sister Zoe, because their vacation is over. Jason and his sister attended Catholic school. The name of the principal of the school is Rebecca. Rebecca meets a new nun who has been transferred to the school today. The new nun calls her name Sophia. Rebecca then shows Sophia the whole school. Meanwhile, Sophia also meets Jason, and here we learn that Sophia is going to be Jason's class teacher. After this, Rebecca shows Sophia her room. In the room, Sophia watches Jason's music videos in her laptop. And seeing him, she starts kissing her laptop. This tells that Sophia already knew Jason, and that she had come to the school for some purpose. The next day Sophia goes to the class and sees Jason talking to a girl named Sarah. Seeing this, she feels jealous and she changes everyone's seats. Despite being a nun, Sophia did not do morning prayer, so she asks Zoe to pray in the morning. Zoe also feels a bit strange seeing all this. Then once when Jason is kissing Sarah, Sophia sees them. Seeing Jason kissing another girl, she feels jealous again, and then in anger she goes to both of them and tells Sarah to stay away from Jason. After this, Sophia invites Jason to her room to meet her after class. Then she deliberately keeps the door of her room open and starts changing dress. When Jason comes over there, he secretly sees Sophia changing her dress. Actually, Sophia did this intentionally, so that she could seduce Jason. After a while, Jason leaves without meeting Sophia. Sophia sees Jason leaving and smiles as her plan is successful. The next day is the weekend, and the families of all the students are coming to take their kids home. Here Sophia sees Jason taking to Sarah again. Feeling jealous, she tells sister Rebecca that her aunt is unwell, and she needs to leave. Rebecca allows her to go. After reaching home Jason, he tells his parents that he wants to quit school, so that he can focus on his music career. Jason's mother supports him a lot, but his father is against his decision. Sad Jason, he went to the backyard and starts singing. Sophia also secretly hears Jason singing the song. Just then Jason gets a call from Sarah and Sophia gets very angry seeing this. In a fit of rage she goes to Sarah's room and secretly puts a drug inside her book. On the next day, she gets the students' bags checked. The drug comes out of Sarah's book, and because drugs in the school is illegal, Sarah got suspended from school. After this, the entire school and hostel is checked and a bottle of liquor comes out of Jason's room as well. When it's time to punish Jason, Sophia talks to the father and the principal to get him a small punishment, so they decide to help with the cleaning of the school the next weekend. The bottle of wine was kept in that room by Sophia. Now we're shown a flashback of how Sophia fell in love with Jason. In fact, Sophia once saw Jason's music video on social media, and she had fallen in love with him at first sight. And then Sophia does complete research about Jason. Then she learns a nun named Sophia has been hired to Jason's school, so she meets the nun and kills her. That's how Sophia comes to Jason's school. This tells us that Sophia is not her real name. Now is time for the weekend again. Both Jason and Zoe stop at the school to clean up. During the cleanup, Sophia helped Jason. She tries her best to seduce him. On the same night, Jason was sleeping in his room when Sophia walks into the room and turns on the recording of her phone and keeps it on the side. Then Sophia talks off her clothes and start kissing Jason. At first Jason doesn't like it because Sophia was a nun but can't stop himself when Sophia seduces a lot. Then both intimate. Jason is shown the next morning, which must be feeling very guilty because he got intimate with a nun. Then when there is no one in Jason's room, Sophia comes to his room and starts smelling Jason's clothes. Just then Zoe comes and sees her. She told Jason about it. Seeing all this, Sophia gets very angry with Zoe, so she gives low marks to Zoe in the test. All this is very strange for Zoe because she used to get the highest mark in the class. Zoe comes to the class to take the test again. Then she sees that the test papers are placed on the desk. Meanwhile Sophia comes to the class and sees her looking at the test papers. Actually, whatever was happening in this was also Sophia's plan. She deliberately placed the test papers over the desk, so that Zoe would see it and she would catch her doing so. Sophia takes Zoe to Principal Rebecca and tells her everything. Rebecca knows that Zoe is a good student and so wouldn't suspect her. Jason on the other hand is still feeling guilty for his actions, so he goes to the church and confesses to God. Here, Sophia comes inside the confession box and they both make out there too. After a few days, Sarah holds a party in her house and calls Jason there too. Seeing Jason goes to the party, Sophia also follows him to the party. Inside the party, Sarah gets close to Jason and starts kissing him. During the kiss, Jason remembers Sophia and stops her from kissing him, and then he leaves the party. While coming out of the party he had a bottle of liquor in his hand. For this reason, a policeman catches him, but Sophia comes from nowhere and saves him. After this, Sophia takes him to a hotel. Here Sophia again tries to seduce Jason, but then tells her that whatever they're doing is wrong. Sophia tells him that she wants to be with him for the rest of her life, and that she had a lot of money so both of them can live happily together. Jason feels very strange hearing Sophia and angrily skulks Sophia. He said he doesn't want to be with her and then leaves the hotel room. Jason is sitting on the side of the road when his father comes to him and he supports Jason to focus on his music career, and allows him to take the job. Jason is overjoyed to hear this, then both comes home. The next day is Monday and the weekend is over, they're ready to go to school. Sophia also is in the car outside their house. This condition worsens a bit as she was feeling very bad about what Jason said last night. Zoe then sees Sophia living from there. Seeing Sophia over here, Zoe become more suspicious about Sophia and feels something is wrong, and so she wrote down the number of Sophia's car. She then searches for the number of that car. Then she learns that it is registered in the name Sophia. Actually this car belongs to the real Sophia who was killed by the fake Sophia. When Jason went to his room, he sees Sophia lying on his bed and a lot of pills in front of her. Seeing this, he feels that Sophia felt very bad about the things he told her the previous night. He panics and starts trying to wake Sophia. Then Sophia starts kissing him, and we learn that Sophia was just pranking Jason. He then gets angry and tells Sophia that he will complain to Principal Rebecca about her. Hearing this, Sophia leaves the room. Jason gets a call from Zoe asking him about Sophia. Jason then tells Zoe that he will tell her everything later. After this, during the class prayer, Principal Rebecca comes to the class and Sarah is with her. She was forgiven for her mistake. Rebecca also noticed that in class, Sophia doesn't know morning prayer. Coming back to the class, Sophia tells Jason to stay away from Sarah, but Jason doesn't listen to her, and this makes Sophia very angry. And that same night, Sarah is taking a bath. Sophia enters the toilet and kills her by hitting her head on the wall. After this she keeps a soap there so that everyone will think it was just an accident. But Zoe and Jason were suspecting Sophia. Sophia isn't able to answer properly, due to which Zoe's suspicions start to deepen. Here, Principal Rebecca wanted to send flowers to Sophia's aunt's funeral. She calls the hospital. On calling, Rebecca learns that Sophia had been lying for so long. Zoe inquires Jason about Sophia, and he tells her his affairs with Sophia. Now, both of them suspect that maybe she's not the real Sophia. That's when Jason remembered that he saw a laptop in Sophia's room. The next day, while Rebecca is talking to Sophia, Jason and Zoe sneaked into Sophia's room and find the laptop there. They saw many photos of Sophia inside the laptop. That means, the laptop belongs to the real Sophia. Jason also finds another laptop which belongs to the fake Sophia. It has many of Jason's pictures on it. While checking the laptop, they come to know the real name of the fake Sophia, which is Laura. Then both of them decide to keep the laptop as a proof so that action can be taken against Sophia. On the other hand, Rebecca tells Sophia about her lie. Sophia tries to hide her lie, but isn't able to hide it, and then Sophia angrily knocks Rebecca unconscious using a lamp. Jason and Zoe are at the church looking for Rebecca. Sophia comes there. She learns that both of them happen to know the truth and hence attack Zoe. Rebecca also comes there and start fighting with Sophia. Sophia is about to kill Rebecca. That's when Jason kills her using a screwdriver. In the next scene, we're shown Jason and Zoe graduating. Their father gives Zoe a car gift and Jason gets a guitar. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.